Hello, my name is Adrian Ashley, and my quarter-long research proposal is about private vehicle management in Yosemite National Park. While national parks are made for the people to enjoy, there should be a balance between preserving wildlife and pristine landscapes and giving society the opportunity to enjoy the natural world. This study focuses on how Yosemite National Park can improve its current management of private automobiles as it faces increased visitation rates every year. Literature found to support this research relates to wildlife impacts in national parks caused by overcrowding and increased vehicular traffic, visitor perceptions of alternative transportation systems in national parks, and how national parks around the world need different management strategies to control overcrowding and increase wildlife mortality rates near park roads. For this study, visitors of Yosemite National Park will be surveyed to determine what other vehicle management strategies can be implemented in the park based on their visitor experience and perceptions of alternative transportation in the park. The anticipated results of this study are classified as either strong or weak correlations between the participants' answers to the survey. The new hypothetical information gathered by participants will help park management and me create the best course of action for vehicle management in Yosemite for the future. My research question is, what ways can Yosemite National Park manage private automobile traffic during peak seasons that haven't already been implemented? The goal of this research is to determine new vehicle management strategies for park staff to implement in Yosemite National Park to alleviate private vehicular traffic. From my research, I have learned that other national parks have had private vehicle traffic problems in the past, and some parks handled that problem with the implementation of a mandatory shuttle to use while visiting parks. Furthermore, I learned that private vehicles can cause more damage to the surrounding environment than I previously realized. Some conclusions that I was able to draw from this research are that vehicle management problems in national parks are prevalent in the U.S. and in other countries, and these problems with private vehicles can impact the visitor park experience in a negative way. My research question is in line with existing research, as similar studies pertaining to private vehicle management in other national parks have been conducted. One of the known issues in executing this study would be having these surveys filled out honestly and not rushed. The implications of this potential study are that private vehicles in national parks need to be managed and not affect the park experience and surrounding land and wildlife. The results of this study would be intended for Yosemite National Park staff to use as a tool to determine if further private vehicle management needs to be considered in the park. The visitors' answers to the survey would help park staff in knowing if the visitor experience is negatively impacted because of private vehicle traffic. The intended audience of this anticipated study would be NPS staff and environmental professionals that work in vehicle management in natural areas. The outcome studied would be a new course of action taken to lessen traffic on the park road and educating visitors on the importance of using alternative transportation systems provided to them in national parks. As mentioned before, the research question asked if there are other strategies that could be implemented in Yosemite to decrease private vehicular traffic. The method used to collect evidence would be through surveys handed out to Yosemite National Park visitors that have been staying there for over 2 days. The method used to analyze and evaluate evidence would be to determine correlations between different survey questions that could relate to how private vehicular traffic in Yosemite can impact the visitor experience. If this study was carried out, it would take a few months to collect data needed for results, and it would take another few months to generate these results so that no correlations would be overlooked. As of now, the project is no longer being pursued, and if it was, there would not be more than one researcher working on this project. The size of this project is small, as efforts to conduct this study are minimal. The sampling technique used for the study is surveys. For this anticipated study, I would be responsible for distributing results, and the results will be distributed to Yosemite's NPS staff that is specifically in charge of vehicle management in the park. Distribution will occur via email, and a meeting to discuss the results would follow shortly after. The utility of this potential study would be effective, as I believe it would impact other national parks to reevaluate how increased traffic of private automobiles could be detrimental to the environment and alter the visitor park experience. The feasibility would not be receiving honest or insightful answers on the survey, which could affect the validity and reliability of the study. The propriety would be in line with existing research, as this anticipated study was designed based off of similar studies conducted in national parks relating to private automobile access. Lastly, the accuracy of this potential study could be better if interviews were conducted among NPS staff in Yosemite. This would give the study a different point of view for readers to consider when it comes to the management of traffic in national parks. For my overall research proposal, I believe I did well in the literature review because it was a research topic I was passionate and eager to learn about. The feasibility of implementing the study would be simple, as the methods of this anticipated study are easy to follow and access. If I were to go through this process again, I would consider different methods such as interviews to create more validity and give more personal perspective to the results. This project has influenced my ideas by giving me a better understanding of how difficult it can be to manage private vehicles in popularized natural areas such as national parks. I'm interested in pursuing this topic as I believe there's room for improvement in every national park that has ongoing issues with private vehicles in their parks. And that is my presentation. Thank you very much.